Good morning, dear friends. It's nice to see so many smiling faces today. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship at Stony Brook, located on the ancestral lands of the Settlecot Nation. I just want to wish everybody a happy Father's Day, all the dads, all the father figures, all the parental role models. Thank you. My name is Carol Castillo, and I am happy to be your worship associate this morning, along with Laura Lesh, my fellow worship associate. Our Director of Religious Education is Deb Little. Our musicians today are the Unicorn Singers under the direction of Dan Weymouth, along with accompanist Bethany Riddle. Our tech team is Rob Pond, Linda Cortese, and Rich Hall. I welcome you wherever you may be this morning, whether you're here with us in the sanctuary or attending virtually. We are indeed one congregation worshiping together, so let's wave to the folks at home through the camera on your left. Good morning. A very special welcome to those of you who are here for the first time. We are so glad that you are with us. We look forward to getting to know you. If you're comfortable doing so, you can raise your hand so we can greet you personally after the service. Anybody? That's okay. Oh, very good. Thank you. Welcome. Welcome. Please plan to join us after the service for coffee and conversation. For those who are with us online, if you sign off after the service and return to the website, you'll find a link for small group chats. Whether or not you're here with us in person or online, you'll find friendly folks who can answer questions you might have. Today we're celebrating our annual Flowers and Passages service. We have each had the opportunity to bring a flower as a gift, placing it here before us for all to enjoy. And in a little bit, we'll have the opportunity to come forward, share a milestone or a passage, and take a different flower home. Please know that even if you've forgotten to bring a flower with you this morning, we have many flowers, so do not hesitate to come and choose a flower to take home. If you brought a flower and haven't had a chance to place it up here among the others, you may do so now or during our first hymn. Also, if you wish to share a joy or a sorrow at any time during the service, you're invited to come forward to the table on the right and drop a pebble in the water, sending ripples through the water just as a kind word or thoughtful act sends ripples out into the world. Should you wish to make a promise or let go of one, remember someone, release a bit of pain, or otherwise mark some important event or occasion, please step to the table and quietly send your thoughts outward as you drop a pebble into the water, mingling the ripples of your intention with the ripples of those of the other people in our community. As I said, later on during the service, we'll observe our milestones of this past year, or what we are calling passages. You'll name your milestones, and we will commune with the flowers. I'm hoping that you found an index card and a pencil on your seat. Between now and the beginning of our flower communion, I'm inviting each of you to write down a personal passage or achievement or milestone on that card. 1 or 2 short sentences, 20 or so vivid, memorable words, that's all. You will have plenty of time to think and write, including during our silent meditation. And you'll have the opportunity later in the service to read your sentences out loud, but you don't have to. Thinking about it and writing it down could be the most important part. You can write about any important movement in your life since last June. It could be a loss, a commitment, a birth, a graduation, a retirement, some skill you mastered, a victory of some kind, an award or honor, a change in your job situation, a divorce, a birth, a loss, an insight, or something amazing you saw or heard, a peak experience, a resounding disappointment, a diagnosis, a cure. Of all that was your life this year, what do you most want your community to know and remember? And for those online, if you want to text yours to Laura Lesh at 631-358-6276, she will read them out loud for you. That number again is 631-358-6276. Before we proceed, I have one brief but important announcement, so listen up. Next Sunday, we will be joining with UU congregations around the country and participating in the closing worship of the 2025 General Assembly. This will begin at 11 a.m., so we will have our coffee hour before the service begins at 10 a.m. For those attending online, the link on our website and in the newsfeed will take you directly to the GA service at 11, and there will be no small group chats next week after the service. This is always a special experience. We hope everyone will join in, either here or online. And now, take a moment, please, to be sure that you've silenced your phones or your other devices. Let us now enter into the sacred space of worship with the sounding of the morning bell. May the hearers awaken from forgetfulness and transcend all anxiety and sorrow.
Whew. We've asked Deb Little, our retiring Director of Religious Education, to light our chalice this morning. For those at home, I invite you to light a chalice or candle as we light this chalice flame. The chalice lighting words this morning are those of Amy Zucker Morgenstern, entitled Within the Heart of the Flower. Within the heart of the flower, the fountain of beauty. Within the heart of the community, a fire that warms and dances. Within the heart of each of us, a spark of the spirit of life. Holy, holy, holy. Thank you, Deb. I want to share with you what Reverend Kimberly DeBuse has written about our first hymn, Singer of Life, explaining that Singer of Life is a metaphor for the divine. This metaphor taps into something we know about the earth, that it has its own vibrational hum. And when you add all of the living things that have their own hums and voices and chirps and growls and sighs, not to mention all of the machines humans have built that have their own hums and chugs and whistles and crunches and rumbles, you realize that the earth is a noisy place that responds to sound. And if quantum mechanics is right, and it's the waves and the motion, not the matter, that is the stuff of the universe, then of course we need a singer to bring us into resonance with ourselves, each other, and the divine. This hymn, from a poem written in Nahuatl from the Texaco region of Mexico, elegantly captures this idea, reminding us to look to the earth to see ourselves. So please, rise in body or spirit for singing hymn number 196, Singer of Life. Since this is a new hymn for us, Bethany will play it all the way through so you can hear the melody, and then please join in.
Hope you all noticed the Laura Lesh cheer from up front. So this morning I have compiled actually a story about the flower communion from multiple sources. So there's not one author. It's a bit longer than our usual time for all ages because the person who started the flower communion had a very rich and full life. so bear with me. Norbert Čapek was born June 3rd, 1870 in Bohemia, it's Eastern Europe. He was baptized Catholic on the feast of Saint Norbert, hence his name. He left home when he was a teen, basically, to go to school. He lived with his uncle. He worked in his uncle's tailoring shop in exchange for room and board and tuition. Now, Norbert had always been a church-going person. He was very dedicated to his faith. But he found himself becoming more and more liberal, and he decided to leave the Catholic Church to become, wait for it, a Baptist. His uncle was very upset, and he kicked Norbert out. So Norbert started selling Bibles door to door to make money, and he organized evangelical meetings. He decided to become a Baptist minister, and he went to a Baptist seminary. He met his first wife, Lydia, and they had 6 children. But sadly, Lydia was not very healthy, and she died, leaving Norbert and the children behind. So soon after, Norbert married their governess, Marie, and they had another 3 children, plus 6. You got it. This was the time of the beginning of World War I. His country was not a safe place for a liberal minister who often spoke out against the Catholic Church. Čapek, in fact, learned that he was blacklisted and that the government planned to arrest him. So Marie and Norbert and the children moved to a Baptist community in New York and later in Essex County, New Jersey. He worked as a Baptist minister. Sadly, Marie died shortly after they moved to the U.S., and so Norbert was widowed again, now with 9, maybe not all living at home, 9 children. So while living in New York City, Norbert spent hours every day reading and studying and writing in the New York Public Library. I don't know if you kids know that building in New York City, but it has a giant lion statue in front. 2 giant lion statues. So much for the web. I looked at the picture. Okay, so while he was at the library, he met the library director, Maya, and they ended up getting married. She was like the perfect wife in all ways intellectually because she loved to read and study as he did. So Norbert was, as you're beginning to guess, right, a very powerful force. He was a compelling preacher. He was an editor of several religious journals. He was a writer and composer of hymns and the founder of almost a dozen Baptist churches here in the States. His congregation was growing so fast, but he wasn't happy. So he was under the sway of American culture, shall we say, and he was becoming increasingly liberal. But the Baptist church, no surprise here, was not. In fact, they put him on trial for heresy twice. So that tells you how outspoken he was. You have to do a lot to get put on trial for heresy. So he left the Baptist ministry in 1919, and he and Maya did what all good liberal parents do. What did they do? They went church shopping, yes. And they wanted a religious education for the children who still lived at home. So they liked the RE program at a Unitarian church in Essex, New Jersey. And in 1921, they became members. Meanwhile, World War I had ended, and a new country, Czechoslovakia, had been formed. Maya and Norbert were thrilled because they wanted to move back to Prague. While they were making preparations, which took some time, they continued to attend the Unitarian Church in Essex, where the minister encouraged Norbert to start his own Unitarian congregation in Czechoslovakia. The Čapeks moved to Prague, and in 1922, Norbert started his own Unitarian fellowship there. And soon they had standing room only crowds. In fact, He repeated the service on Wednesdays, and this may ring a bell in the very old timers in this congregation. On Wednesdays, they had the service, and then they had a debate about the service. Now, that first building did not look at all like a church. It was a basic box with 4 walls and a door. It had a ceiling and a floor and a few windows and some very hard wooden chairs. But it also had people of all faith traditions, including Protestant, Catholic, and Jewish, just like we do. And every Sunday, Reverend Čapek stood in front of the congregation and spoke to the people. And the people listened very quietly while sitting on those hard wooden chairs. And when he finished speaking, they quietly gathered their things and went home. No music, no candles, no food, and really not much freedom to have joy. It wasn't because the people didn't like joy, of course, but they had just been through 4 years of one of the worst wars the world had ever seen. Many people in Prague had been very divided about the war. Many had lost loved ones or been hungry or scared. And even though the war had ended, many bad feelings remained. The members of the church were just stuck in the sadness and hopeless feelings. So one spring morning in May of 2023, Reverend Čapek was walking to church, and he stopped to notice the birds freely singing and the flowers freely blooming. And he felt the sunshine on his face, and he thought how beautiful the world is. And just then, an idea came to him. So at the end of his service, he asked that the following week, everyone bring a flower or a budding branch to church. And confused, the people said, well, what should we bring? What type of flower? What color? And he said, you choose. Each of you is free to choose what you like. And so the next Sunday, June 4th, 1923, the people came with flowers of all different colors, sizes, and types. Reverend Čapek began to speak, and like always, the people listened. They sat quietly and still in those hard wooden chairs. These flowers are like us, he said. Different colors, different shapes, different sizes. Each needs different kinds of care, and each is beautiful, important, special, delightful, and free in its own way. So then he said a blessing of the flowers, which called for everyone in the church to see one another as a family, despite any differences, and to let the spirit of love unite them and help them live more joyfully and more freely themselves. As the folks were heading home, Reverend Čapek invited each person to take a flower, a different one from the ones they had brought, as a gift from their church family and as a reminder of the joy and freedom that comes with being a community. And after that, the flower communion was celebrated there every year. Now, in 1926, Studious Maya also became a minister, and they bought a small medieval palace in Prague, and they renovated it into their new church. The church grew to 3,200 members. It was the largest Unitarian church in the world. And in the meantime, Norbert set up 6 satellite churches. But conflict was growing again in Europe, as those of us who are older and have had our high school social studies learned. So Maya returned to the United States and introduced the flower communion to Unitarian churches. The Nazis won power in Germany in the mid-1930s, and they started invading other countries in 1939. And when they took over Prague in 1940, they learned about Norbert Čapek. They found Norbert's gospel of the inherent worth and beauty of every human person to be, quote, too dangerous to the German Reich for Dr. Čapek to be allowed to live. He was arrested and sent to Dachau, where he was killed the following year. Maya did not learn of his death until after the war. I think of Reverend Čapek as a true Unitarian hero. His message of human hope and decency and inherent worth lives on through his flower communion, and we celebrate this ritual today. And I recognize the inherent worth and dignity of every one of you here today. Amen. So please now turn to the back cover of your hymnals to join in singing the children out. And teachers, there are Jamie and Amy, who will take the middle school class, and Susan and I will take the little ones back to the K through 4. So kids, please head to the door and follow the teachers down the hall.
Following our meditation in words, we will sit in silence for a minute or so, and then we will sing hymn number 123, Spirit of Life. If you're not familiar with it, you may wish to open to that page now. Our meditation this morning is a prayer written by Reverend Norbert Čapek, specifically for the flower ceremony, which he started, as you heard, over 100 years ago. In the name of Providence, which implants in the seed the future of the flower, and in our hearts the longing for people to live in harmony. In the name of the highest, in whom we move and who makes the mother and father, the brother and sister, lover and loner what they are. In the name of sages and great religious leaders who sacrificed their lives to hasten the coming of the age of mutual respect. Let us renew our resolution, sincerely, to be real siblings, regardless of any kind of bar which estranges us from each other. In this holy resolve, may we be strengthened, knowing that we are God's family, that one Spirit, the Spirit of love, unites us, and endeavor for a more perfect and more joyful life. Amen.
To introduce our flower communion, please join me in a responsive reading by Amy Zucker Morgenstern entitled Flower Communion Blessing. I will read the words and you will respond with the phrase, "May our lives bloom like the flowers." It's in your order of service. Each of us is a flower with a delicate beauty uniquely our own. We may be like sunflowers, turning always toward the light. We may be like night-blooming cereus, only displaying our fragrant petals when it is dark and we think no one can see. We may be hothouse flowers, far from our native lands, cautiously tended within a harsh and unfamiliar climate. We may be gray-headed like dandelions, eager to launch the new generation with the first strong gust of wind, past our own bright youth, but ready to pass on our wisdom in precious gossamer-carried seeds. Some of us sometimes spring up overnight and fade in the hot glare. Some of us sometimes are roses, slowly assembling petal after tightly wrapped petal and revealing our full glory only when everything is in place. Sometimes we are roadside weeds, loveliness bursting improbably from the dust and debris. May we offer our beauty with the simplicity of flowers, expecting no recognition, hoping for nothing, giving out what we are, and knowing it is enough. Amen.
Okay, the time we've all been waiting for. We will begin with the first couple of rows. We'll do the first 2 rows in this front section here. Bring your flower and your index card with you. Line up along the right side of the sanctuary. You'll then be invited. Laura and I will be at the 2 standing microphones, and we'll motion for you to come to the microphone. You're going to take your place at the microphones, and then we will alternate for you to share your spoken passages. And then after you've spoken, you'll choose a flower from the table and return to your seat. It'll be easier for you folks, but when we get to the back, you'll return down the center aisle. It's also fine if you do not want to speak. Just simply please choose a flower. The ushers are going to let those of you who are still seated know when it's time to come and line up. And then for those who prefer to remain seated, once we've gone through the folks who've come forward, if you'll raise your hand, we will bring you flowers to choose from and a handheld microphone so that you can share your passage if you like. And then finally, we will read any text messages that were sent in by the folks online, and I'll give you that phone number one more time. That is 631-358-6276 if you're watching from home and you want to text something to Laura for her to share.
Maureen's saying I should go first. Okay, I will. The most amazing thing that happened to me and all of the worship associates this year is that we are now through an entire year of services without a minister.
My dog training business has grown, and I'm now earning almost enough to live on.
I joined the choir, first choir since 8th grade, and I sang the Hallelujah chorus as a tenor.
There's so much darkness in our world. I'm holding on to that for which is beautiful and that for which I can be grateful, grateful, grateful.
I'm sorry, I didn't have enough time to think about this.
Sylvia is amazing in her own right.
This is Harold Kirk, and as usual, always glad to be back with you.
It's a pleasure to be with my family that has buoyed me up through the last year and a half of solitude, loneliness, and grief.
I was given and took the opportunity to teach as a second gig adult ed class this year in Patman School District, and I loved it, and so did they.
I'm entering a new era as a homeschooling mom, so wish me luck.
My daughter got her driver's license this year, so I now have an extra 20 to 30 hours a week of free time.
Okay. Okay. Learning to live as a single has been very hard, but watching my grandson grow was a pleasure. And my granddaughter is graduating high school and starting her college in Dublin in the fall.
I'm running for Suffolk County Legislator for the first time after protesting on the streets for over a decade.
And after moving around the country every couple of years in the Air Force, I'm glad to say we've been in our forever home for almost a year now, and look forward to watching those 2 apple trees we planted grow and bear fruit.
We finally, after living in our new house for 3 years, we finally planted some perennials.
I feel so blessed to be part of this lovely community. Thank you to everyone for being so welcoming.
Okay, have no real personal accomplishments, but at 82, I find myself in the sandwich generation, helping to care for my 92-year-old husband and my daughter's newborn baby.
I've been so very happy and blessed to become a new member of UUFSB. From the very first moment I walked through the doors here, I immediately felt welcome and at home.
I brought the only flowers that survived the deer in my yard, lavender, and so just that's a tip for gardeners. But to me, I identify with the survivors. I like those plants that know how to defend themselves.
Many of you know my beloved husband, Tony, passed in January. Since then, I continue to be buoyed and held in the hearts of this loving community. Thank you.
Where? Oh, hello. Okay. I turned 75 this year, so I don't have to take my shoes off at the airport anymore.
I found a wonderful Unitarian fellowship in Stony Brook, New York.
It is always my great pleasure to be a member of the Unitarian. I love the people, and it has given me great strength. Thank you.
My granddaughter graduated from college, and she's going to law school.
Sadly, my mother passed away 2 weeks ago. I didn't bring flowers, but I wore them, and her name was Margaret Rose Burry, so very fitting. First day here, so thank you all very much. Yeah. I just wanted to say I am leaving early. I will be back. I have to go to a Mets game with my father for Father's Day. So.
I got admitted to a grad program and I moved very, very far away from home. So I'm glad to be here and hoping to find some community.
I've been trying to repair my relationship with my sister, and we went to a protest together yesterday.
Hello. I can't clap and use a cane at the same time.
My 7 years of caregiving came to an end this year, and I'm feeling very much in a new period of transition.
I'm in love and committed to a wonderful man.
I have a personal milestone. I will join with my dear worship associates and say this past year, what a time to get through with each other and all of you to bring worship and share worship with everybody without a minister. And also I would like to say I lost several very dear friends this year, and want to hold them in my memory and heart and say what healing has come to me through their loss.
We have 2 grandchildren who graduated high school this year, and I am taking on an OLLI workshop leadership role for the first time.
Nice and close. Well, the peonies are gone. The roses didn't do well this year. I dug up rose campion, the root, the branch, and the flower. If you want to plant it, they spread like crazy, but they're wonderful to see. Enjoy.
As I lay in bed each morning and listen to the birds, I am reminded to be grateful for each day.
I brought a sprig of evergreen for everlasting life for all of us and the congregation.
Hello, this is my first time.
And I'm very thankful for this fellowship and all the new friends that I've made this year. You guys are great.
Hello, this is my very first time.
Hi, my name is Gretchen Marie Van Comenden, and I am so glad that I came here. I just want to say thank you for inviting me to your lovely service, and this is my first time here, and I live at free family residence group home in Wildflower Court, Holbrook, and I am proud that I am a Down syndrome, and thank you for letting me be here at your in service.
I'm their mother, and they've been married for 12 years, a miracle, and they did it. They're amazing. I just want to say I'm very happy and blessed to be here at this fellowship. My goal is to live a life of love, kindness, and compassion, and we are all deserving of love, all of us.
Boy, talk about a hard act to follow, huh? God bless you. So I became a UUFSB member this year. I'm very proud of this tag, finally. After 68 years, I think I've found my spiritual home. I hope, I think, we'll see.
Okay.
But thank you for those of you who have helped me and supported me, man. Love you all. Thank you. Oh, sure.
My granddaughter got through her first year of middle school as an honor student.
This is my 4th time being here. I just got out of the hospital recently, and I've been attending because my great-grandmother says this is a wonderful place. Thank you for taking care of her.
I just want to share with everyone a wonderful joy of this week. On Tuesday morning, Stephanie gave birth to a 11-pound, 4-ounce baby boy named Everett James Costello, and we are thrilled. Stephanie went through the coming of age and everything here in this fellowship, so I wanted to share that with everyone.
I just wanted to, thank the community. I've been joining just for a couple weeks, and it's been a great opportunity. So thank you.
Thank you.
I am starting to change my yard into a native garden.
I've had and have a lot of joy and a lot of sorrow, in my life lately, and this congregation has really helped me to find the balance that lets me really enjoy the happiness and that joy. And in the last year, I met somebody who, I'm going to marry this girl. Don't tell her. I mean, she knows, but still, she won't want to hear it from you. But yeah, it's really nice to be able to find and sit with and enjoy that happiness. Thank you.
I'm grateful to be back here after over 20 years, with just getting recently engaged to the love of my life, and bringing him and my bonus son here today. This is our 2nd time back, so.
This marks about a year that I moved back here from the city for more support with my health. I'm very thankful for the access to healthcare out here and what we all do have of our health, and thank you for creating a space I haven't seen elsewhere out here and making us feel welcome. Thank you.
Good morning. Speaking of flowers, my grandchildren are blooming, and it's wonderful. I went to one's wedding in Brazil, and I just came back from another's graduation from college, and he is now a 2nd lieutenant in the Air Force. Soon it'll be safe to fly. He'll be a pilot.
I've been grateful to fellowship and be a part of this congregation. Over the years, I've been cartooning, and this is the first year that I've felt comfortable sending out cards to people with my creativity, and it's been well received, and I'm grateful.
Well, I just wanted to say I feel like I have grown so much spiritually and in my heart over the past year, and I'm so grateful to everyone here who's helped me on that journey. And I am really excited and looking forward to what's coming next, and all the challenges, because I know I feel so supported and loved here, and I just want to be able to share that with all of you as well. So thank you.
Hi, good morning, Brent Nelson. I am hoping and praying that the fellowship mission flows like a flower through this world.
I just wanted not to miss the opportunity. I didn't want to be last, but to say that I'm grateful for this wonderful community, helping us to get through the weeks and the days, and the world sometimes seems a little spinning out of control, but this is a wonderful, loving place, and you feel supported, and it's been a wonderful experience, and I appreciate it.
please raise your hand if you would like us to bring. Oh, hold it, hold it.
I also just wanted to say that I'm extremely grateful to be here. I found a place where I feel at home with many of you who have been so supportive. I've been coming since January. I became a member 3 weeks ago, and today I'm putting an announcement in the paper about forming a Spanish conversation group. So if you're...
It's been a very up and down kind of year, continuing 3-year diagnosis for my husband with brain cancer. But my son is engaged and getting married in October, and my daughter just completed her exam and passed to become a licensed clinical social worker.
Okay, now, if you would like us to bring you a mic and a flower, please raise your hand. Is there anybody who didn't come up? Maybe Janet would like a flower? And Dan, do you want to give us and Bethany? You're good? I'm going to see if anybody sent it. Rob.
Just going to take 1 second to say a word because I forgot to. I chaired the WAs last year with June Treveni, which was amazing. And this year, I'll be chairing it with Gina, who is also amazing. And I just want to say I'm looking forward to the growth that's going to come from meeting the challenges ahead and sharing that all with all of you.
Messages. So, oh, wait, we've got some.
Hi, I'm usually behind the camera. Opened the new UU building in Southold. Said goodbye to my grandparents there yesterday. Still here to find a path.
I can't imagine how we would manage without Rob, Linda, and Rich behind that tech board. It is our spiritual practice to share our offering plate with an organization working for social justice in the world. Our Share the Plate recipient for the month of June is the Center for Environmental Education and Discovery, otherwise known as SEED, located in Brookhaven. SEED offers a wide variety of programs for all ages that inspire wonder about nature and appreciation for the natural world of Long Island. Their summer camp programs are for kids from kindergarten right through a leadership and conservation program for teens in grades 7 through 12. They make scholarships available for camp experiences and have many programs that they offer in schools, libraries, and scout troops. We will have a chance to learn more on Sunday, June 29th, when Sally Wellinger, the executive director of SEED, will be our Sunday service leader. In the meantime, please donate now to help SEED to continue their mission of encouraging and empowering the next generation of environmentalists. Sally tells me that the requests for scholarships have increased dramatically this year, indicating that folks are having a tough time economically, but want their children to have this amazing summer experience, and that is how they will be using our donations this year. So please give as generously as you can. in support of fellowship and this worthwhile organizations. You may make your gifts on the plate or online. For those online, the link to donate is in the chat box. Now, before beginning our offertory, you will appreciate knowing that this music was written during the songwriting workshop given by our music director, Dr. Dan Weymouth, during the LIAC conference we hosted here last year. So what you're going to hear now is the result of work done in one afternoon under Dan's tutelage by a group of folks who had never composed anything before. And in fact, much of what you have heard our choir sing all along has been his composing or arranging. Now Dan is semi-retiring, so he will be away for a part of the years to come. Thankfully, not all the time. The choir wants to give Dan this little treat to celebrate his new chapter in his life. And I know you'll all join us in thanking him for all his hard work and unending patience with our choir and for sharing his music with all of us.
Amen.
For our closing words, I offer this reading to celebrate Father's Day called These Are Our Dads by Amy Petrie Shaw. We recognize and honor today every dad who stood as their child shouted at them in anger or frustration. Every dad who tried to understand their child's clothing choices, new hairdo, or new tattoo. Every dad who suddenly realized their child might be right and was willing to listen. And every dad who honestly believed they were making the best choices that they could. We honor every dad who screwed it up, got it wrong, tried again, got it right, and often went from being the dumbest soul alive to the pinnacle of brilliance and back again in one day, according to the children. These are our dads. We honor and recognize today all those who taught us what they knew and forgave us when we got it wrong. Those who wanted to teach us, but left too soon, or simply did not know how to teach at all. Those who walked us to the bathroom in the dark, and those who turned on the lights and waited up for us to come back on our own. Those who let us break their binoculars and steal their shirts, and those who taught us why it was wrong to break and steal. These are our dads. We recognize and honor today all of the men who taught us what it meant to be honest, even when it was embarrassing, to tell the truth and to admit our faults, to be human. We recognize, too, those fathers who could not teach us these things because they did not know themselves, but who hoped and prayed that we would do better than they ever did. These are our dads. Today we recognize and honor all of the men who have been there or tried to be there no matter what. Those who have remained calm in a crisis, and those who could not remain calm but did not run away. Those who did run away but came back again, and those who never came back but always wished it could have been different. They are our dads, rich and poor, tall or short, slender as a pole or round as a basketball. They are the men who helped to raise us and those who formed us through their actions and their lack of actions. These are our dads, birth fathers and adoptive fathers, stepfathers and foster dads. Dads who have no children themselves, but who step in to help raise the child of a neighbor or a friend. Grandfathers and uncles, single moms who've had to learn to go beyond motherhood, trans dads who have given birth, trans dads who didn't, queer dads and gay dads and female partners willing to take on the role. They are our dads. Through love and hatred, joy and tears, addiction, mental health issues, perfect health, sickness, aging, wealth and poverty, absence and presence, they are our dads. They are because of us. We are because of them. They are our dads. I invite you now to rise in body or in spirit and join in singing our final hymn, number 21, For the Beauty of the Earth.
My dear friends, hold these things together in your sight. Purple, crimson, magenta, blue. You will be feasting on this long after the flowers are gone. As our service concludes, let's wave and say goodbye to the folks online. Bye.